Oh, here. Join game.
Yep. Yes, let me do it this way.
Okay, so I've got a question, Tinny.
Yep.
How many HP do we typically have at level
We
30?
will go through that in a moment.
Okay,
Yeah. Let's get I want to get everybody in first, and then we'll go through it all so that I don't have to explain it, 3, 4 times.
Sure.
that makes
You know what?
sense.
Can I show you what I'm looking at?
Yeah, sure.
All right, here's me.
Mm, mm,
Okay.
Looks like I'm good.
Let me go ahead and send you an invite now so I can see what you're seeing. Yeah, the little
Check.
notification at the bottom right with the pinky fire. Click it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It opened up a patch notes.
Click on join
Okay.
and it'll pass them.
Click on join.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, in the search bar at the top, type in HJP, nothing else, and caps. Oh, it's doing that stupid Steam thing where it's not going to find any servers now. Try restarting tabletop sim. Move out of tabletop sim completely.
Okay.
Close that. There you go. And
Is
let me send
Um,
you just a whole.
Inspire on
Don't
your
start tabletop sim yet. I'm gonna send you an
okay.
invite and we're gonna see what happens. Uh, see if it'll let you join straight through there.
I have no idea. Friends in chat.
Let's see.
Launch game. Join game. Launch game.
Join game probably.
Play tabletop or metal. I guess table. I'm guessing it's tabletop. Okay, I
Yeah, I
pressed.
think the first one.
Okay, there we go. Connecting. Oh,
There you
oh,
are.
I'm in.
Okay,
Woohoo!
so Cirilla, you're gonna be on the monk portion. So yeah, okay, you got it. Alright, so first thing you're gonna do, Heather, is you're gonna see your name in the upper right hand corner.
Yeah.
You're gonna right click it
Okay.
and then select change color.
Yeah.
And you should see a bunch of little colored bubbles. Go over where the bubble next to your character's profile image is. There you go.
I
That's how you
am.
pick your seat.
Okay.
Everybody should have basically everything they need already set out for you. Um, we'll go through each thing kind of like one at a time. Sure, I'm still, once we get you a screenshot done, I'll get you a custom mini too, so
Oh,
we're not
sure.
going to worry
Oh,
about
yeah.
that too much tonight, but
Oh, that's cool.
um,
Wait, sorry. Did you guys have like photos like right in front
yep,
of Oh, that's awesome.
yep, I can do all of that stuff. So it's actually going to be your characters showing up there.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Like, there's there's our Darian Taru there. He looks adorable.
Mm. Oh, he like pops up.
Okay, so um, this is a little different from what I'm used to, but it shouldn't be that big of a thing. So everybody should have a card that says has your job at the top of it, and it's a different color. Like tanks will be blue, healers will be green, and then the red for the DPS. This is your character stat card. Um, all of the white boxes are editable. So we'll go through and I'll give you guys your starting stats for level 30. And you'll fill those in there so that you can um, keep track of that at all times. Each one of you will also have a little base card that has your job title on there. This is your traits and stuff that makes you special, your job special. They also have little tick boxes next to each ability. So, for instance, Heather, for yours, it says Secret of the Lily. Next to job traits and job resources, you can see the little white boxes are tickable.
How do you get the camera to like not be focused on the center board thing?
Oh, it's WASD to move.
Oh. Oh, here we
You
go.
can
Okay.
you can use a controller. I don't know how. I've never used a controller on this.
Got it, got it, got it.
So
Okay, I'm in.
yeah,
Okay.
WASD to move. Right click hold to twist your camera
Right.
and
Got that.
drag with left click. You can zoom in and out with scroll wheel. If most of the things that are on here are not interactable for a reason. So that you guys just don't accidentally just start throwing crap all over the place. Things that are interactable are, for instance, your token, your dice. To use those, you just click and hold. Left click and hold it, and it'll pick it up and you can move it around. If you do accidentally drop something off the table, it should pop back up somewhere in the center of the board or on the side of the table somewhere. So it's not like it's lost forever if you drop it.
Yeah.
I like how Cyrilla wrote her name on top of Heather's character.
Oh, did I do that? Oh, that must have been from last session. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, Heather, you can trace that too. So you just click up there next to where
Yeah.
Cyrilla's name is and just type it in.
Mm.
Change it.
This will be your character's name and not your name.
Cool.
So other things that are interactable are the dice. There are two ways to use the dice. Let me pull one out real quick.
Oh, there's a calculator on the desk.
Yeah. You can click and hold the die, and then mouse over to your dice tower, to the top of your dice tower. You'll see it kind of pop up a little bit, and then just drop it inside of the big castle thing, and it will roll itself. It'll tumble all the way down. And
So
at
I
the
have a
bottom,
question.
yeah,
You have the real thing, right?
yes,
So is this what it looks like?
yes.
It like
real
comes with towers and stuff?
I have no, it doesn't come with towers. I do have towers like this though. So
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, these would be, excuse me, just kind of like an optional
those are
thing you
just,
can get. Yeah,
yeah,
Oh, okay,
special
I see.
fancy things.
yeah.
But once your die is rolled, if you don't want to squint or zoom in real close to see what you actually rolled, you can just mouse over the dice and it'll tell you what you rolled.
You can also anything that you're hovered over. If you hit the,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you hold the Alt key while you're hovered over it, it'll
It makes
bring
it
up.
big.
Yeah, bring it up full screen for you.
Okay.
And this
Oh.
includes your cards, your pages, all of that
Mm.
stuff.
Okay.
I have a
Okay,
quick
how-
question.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it's super quick. Is everybody familiar with like tabletop role playing games and like?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
Okay, so we should probably explain that.
We'll get to that as soon as I'm finished. Just
Okay.
teaching them how to use Tabletop Sim.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, we're in baby mode at the moment, so there's still a lot of things that I'm also slowly getting used to. Okay. One of my favorite things that this table actually has set up, you'll see everybody has their own copy of the player book. If you mouse over it, you will see, oops, yours is not locked. I need to lock that. So you can't mess it around. You can switch pages like that. with the arrows on the sides, or you see the white box in the up corner.
Mhm.
If you click that, it'll pop out into a little window on the side of your screen, so it's a lot easier to see.
Oh, okay.
That is so nice and gonna be so helpful. So yeah,
Looks like the encyclopedia.
when you're, it is a scan, but normally I would have a problem with this because this is available for free on Steam. But since I own all of these things physically, I don't have as much problem with it. So
What's
it's like you
available
guys
for
coming
free on Steam?
this whole table. You can download this right now and have access to the starter set with all the rules and everything without having to pay the $60 to get the physical thing,
Yeah.
without having to pay a single cent. I'm very against that. Like, if I didn't have that, if I wouldn't have gotten that physically, we wouldn't be doing this. Like, hands down. To me, though, this is no different than you guys coming over to my house and sitting around my kitchen table. So,
Right. Yeah. Should I
okay.
read this player book before
They're going to
Saturday?
go through everything pretty much.
Okay.
Simply said, like, you can at some point. I think this player book is actually downloadable on the official website,
Yeah,
but
I
you don't
think
have
they
to
have.
view it in here.
Yep.
It's something that you might want to read through as you have time. It's really cute. Like, each page talks about individual rules, and at the bottom of it, there's this mock game going on with 4 friends, or with 5 friends. One of them's the storyteller, and the other 4 are the party members. And it's on this like chibi cartoon comic strips format, and it's them playing the game. And each page is like it goes over this rule. So the comic strip at the bottom is them utilizing that rule in the
Right.
game.
Okay.
So very fun. Alright, so what is tabletop RPG? This is essentially role play, but with dice. And a few extra rules when it comes to combat. What's gonna happen is I'm your lore keeper, your storyteller, whatever, and I will give you guys scenarios where I'll say something like the 4 of you have gathered in the quicksand after a mission and something happens. And then you essentially respond to me as if your character would, like you would in roleplay. And your actions will guide the story, essentially. Um, there are all sorts of different tricks and stuff that we'll have to do. For instance, if you have to dodge out of the way of a cart falling on top of you, you would have to roll a die to see if you dodged or not. If you need to pick that card up off of your friend who didn't make the check, that's a strength check. So, these are all things that I will tell you, like, okay, this happened, and like, for instance, let's say the cart fell on top of Cirilla, and Darian wants to go over there and pick it up. So Cirilla would roll their check, they failed it. Darian would say, okay, I'm gonna go over there and try to use my strength to pick the card up off of Cirilla. Then I would say, okay, make me a strength save, or a strength check. And then we'll go through what that actually is. First, let's get you guys some stats so you can see what we make or not. Each one of you should have a colored bag based off of your job. Blue for tank, green for healer, red for DPS. I think actually the Arcana yours is purple because you're ranged. I like caster DPS. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna mouse over that bag and right click it and select search. Now in that bag, you'll have basically everything you're gonna need from now till level 60. The one thing I want you guys to pick out and pull out onto your table is the thing called the job overview, whether that's white mage or summoner or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go ahead and set that up in front of you?
Is it just a drag? Oh, okay.
Yep, just drag it out and put it wherever.
Okay.
No. While you're mousing over this, if you want to make it bigger or smaller to fit wherever, you can use the plus and minus keys next to backspace. Q and E rotate.
Interesting.
Yeah, you're gonna you're gonna pull out a lot of things in this, and from your facts or whatever, and they're gonna be like upside down or what have you. So
Mhm.
that'll help you either way. Though, even if it is upside down, if you press and hold Alt, it will pop it up full screen for you, and it'll be right set up that way. So what you're gonna do using your little character stat block thing at the very top of your job overview, you'll see it says level 30 and then strength plus X, dex plus X. You'll go through and add those modifiers into the numbers. So for instance, Heather, yours is, I'm not so much worried about Darian over there because Biddy's pretty much got it figured out. So it says Heather, yours is strength plus 1. So you're going to put just a 1 or a plus 1 in here on strength. And then you'll do that for dex and just keep going, all right? Keep going down.
For the level 30, right?
Correct. We're all starting off at level 30 for this.
So we're just doing the left column for now.
Yep.
Okay.
There's 2 sets of columns because you'll also do the defense, magic defense, vigilance, speed, and max HP.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we're good. Looking good, looking good. Dark Knight Dex plus 0, fail. Int plus 0, fail.
I never claimed to be smart. That's why I'm a tank.
Well, so I think each one of you has a gray bag also. These have status markers, like Heather for you, when you cast regen on somebody, you can actually give their little figurine a status marker to remind them that they have regen. If you have an AoE, like I think the Dark Knight does, they've got a little marker for that. Arcana has all of their summons, and you will use those during combat at some point.
Skill, right? Cool.
Should we
Yeah.
put in level or keep that blank?
Yeah, you'll go ahead and put in your level to 30, and that will be on your character or adventure sheet with your profile picture and everything.
Mhm.
And so far, that is my one complaint, but also kind of don't mind it either about this game. Is most role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder start at level 1. This game does not have a level 1. This assumes that you've all been adventurers long enough to have gotten your first jobs down. So it kind of skips over the boring first
Yeah.
5 levels, basically. Anybody who's ever played D&D knows that the first like 3 to 5 levels just totally suck balls.
Yeah, it's kind of like your first grade or whatever is at level 5, or major
Yeah.
power upgrade.
So yeah, also, well, you guys, I've already sent you guys that overview of your jobs, so you can read through that whenever and get a basic idea. There's a job overview in each one of those that kind of gives you a basic idea of how you should play the character in combat. That's not an end all be all, of course. Like, you're gonna want to deviate from that on occasion, but it gives you a pretty good idea of the flow of combat with that character. The next sheet that you have that's important is your what is it called? your skill sheet in the top. It's got your level in the top right corner with your job, and it says primary, secondary, and instant abilities. I've also given you guys this stuff too, so that you could read through them. Um, we'll go through this more in depth when we talk about combat, but this is already for a reason because you're going to be referring to this a lot. This does get replaced as you level up because once you go to level 40, your jobs will go from 30 to 40 to 55 to 60. I'm sorry, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60. And each time you hit one of those milestones, you get a new sheet like this with all of these skills plus more. Just like in the MMO, you get more skills to play with. Let's see. Any questions so far?
Yeah, I have a question. The you don't D rank at all, like or
No.
D level, like
No, not at
once
all.
you hit 40, you're solid at 40 at least with the job that you
Yep.
have.
Once you hit 40, you are 40.
Okay.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
What does proc mean?
Um,
It says the ability check for cure has a chance to proc free cure.
Oh,
So it's like it
proc
activates
means
it.
to activate. Yeah,
Is that short for something or is it just called proc?
it's a gaming term.
Yeah.
it is short for something. I can't remember what
But,
it's short for.
but
though.
yeah, I don't remember what it's actually short for.
But yeah, basically procking is like when you
Like a trigger? Like it
yeah,
triggers?
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
Okay. Other fun things that this game does, as you know, as you probably saw at the very top, you have a limit break. Every one of your limit breaks is different, because of course it is.
Mhm.
Even the healers, it's not just everybody is instantly raised and brought back to full health. Even the healers have different um, limit breaks.
Oh,
This is a
interesting.
special thing that you do not get to build up like you do in the MMO. It's one of those things that at certain points in combat or certain points of the story, I will let you know your limit break is available.
Hmm.
There's only
Hmm.
one limit break for the entire party. So you
Hmm.
choose who uses it and when. Um, that limit break will tell you when it's available. Like I think the only one that has to be done on your turn is Machinist. Everybody else can just do it whenever it needs to happen.
Mhm.
But
Are
yeah,
you
and I'll explain it.
are you in our party or you're just the lore
No,
keeper?
I'm not in
Okay.
your party. I'm basically everyone else on the star.
Okay, got it.
I get to play all the NPCs that you're gonna talk to, all the bad guys that you're gonna talk to, etc., etc., etc.
Okay.
If I were to place myself in the party, that would just be not only a conflict of interest, but I mean, I might do it as like a guest NPC. Like Tinny might show up as a guest NPC for one adventure or something like
That'd
that,
be
but
cool.
that'd be it.
Mhm.
And that might be something like, you guys escorting her, and you just gotta make sure she doesn't die.
And is the
Let's see.
storekeeper in the FF14 context, it's like guiding the story or guiding like the direction of, I don't know, the overall events, or is this like
Yep.
okay.
Yep, I basically am the dungeon master in every other game. I
Okay.
have, um, you guys can't see it here because there should be a big gray box on one side. That's where
Mhm.
all of my content is. That's where all of the combat and encounters are gonna be, all of the dungeon master rules. Um, there is parts of the dungeon master guide that I do recommend, or storyteller guide, I think is actually what it's called. That I do recommend you guys read, and it's got a hard spot where it's like, hey, if you're not being the storyteller, and you don't want your adventure spoiled for you, stop here. Don't read any further.
Mm.
So
Mm.
you can read like all up to there, and it basically breaks down a little bit more about uh each individual rule. But everything that you need to play as a player is in that player book. We're gonna go through pretty much the simple stuff though, right off the bat. So, like I was saying, we're gonna talk about checks first. So we'll say, um, let's use the same card gets flipped over on on you. So each one of you, a card gets flipped over on you. I need you to make a dexterity save. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the 20-sided die. You have two different types of dice. This square Monopoly-looking die is a 6-sided die. The more polyhedral one is a 20-sided die. And there are two ways to spin this. You can three technically. You can drop it in the dice tower. 2, you can pick it up and hold it, and then shake your mouth violently and drop it. You'll pick it up and hold it, and then shake it violently until you'll see it like start to shake.
Nat 20.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then then you'll just let it go.
I am.
The other way is on the left-hand side, you'll see some icons. There's one that looks like a finger flicking.
Ah, I see.
Now, what you can do is you can take a D10. I'm going to set it on here on your thing. For your D20, I'm sorry. And with the flick activated, you just click on your die and pull back. You see a little black arrow. And then let it go.
Hold on. Ready? I am. Oh, got it.
And that's
Okay.
another way to roll.
Okay.
It's not as much fun as the dice tower, in my opinion, but
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I
not
like
to
the
mention if you flick too hard, you're going to launch it off the side of the table. So,
And he definitely doesn't know that from experience.
yeah, no, not at all. It's not that it's not like I have 75 sets of dice and none of them are complete anymore. Also there are items like potions, ethers, and they all each do something different. You will be able to buy stuff with Gil because you'll get Gil's rewards and those other fun things. The most fun thing that I love about this is every adventure that you go on is for more than just honor and glory or getting to the next level, as in most RPGs. When you finish an adventure and you come back and you report your success or whatever, you get a title that you'll write down in the on your character adventure sheet with your character's big image on there. These titles actually do something. Where like the first one, I don't remember. Like it'll be something like every time you get healed for any damage, you get healed by an extra 2 hit points or something like that. Like it's just a little extra bonus for hey, I did this, so now I'm a little bit better at adventuring. And
Sure,
each
yeah.
adventure has a different title that you can earn.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So gotta catch them all, I guess.
Sweet.
Let's see. What else?
Will we
Not gonna
at
worry
some
about
point-
it. Sorry.
Oh no, all good. Will we at some point maybe have like an example of like how scenarios play out? Like
Yeah, we're gonna absolutely do that here tonight.
okay, cool.
We're gonna do like a really chill, simple combat scenario. It's literally called a Fate. It was
Sorry.
actually released by them. So
Okay.
Arcana, I turned your sheet, my bad.
Yeah, I was
fixed it.
wondering what you were doing. Just sitting here going, why is Heather playing with my stuff?
I was one key off of WASD, and I
Also-
happened to be hovered over your thing, so it turned.
now you see why those sheets were locked too, because Heather's why we can't have nice things.
Oh man.
I mean,
Okay, got it.
11 of them locked. Okay, now they're all locked.
Oh, you should
There are
also
some things that you're gonna be able to play with, but not all of them.
you should also mention the table flip button. Don't click it.
No, don't click that.
Don't click that button.
At the very top, you'll see a table flip button.
It's blacked out for me.
Yeah, it's probably because I've got control of the table right now.
Okay.
Ten,
Good.
you don't trust.
Does it literally flip
Table.
the table?
It literally
Yeah,
flips the
it's a-
table.
It throws everything everywhere. And
Why would you need that?
whenever you're done playing a board game and you're
Yeah.
just like, okay, everybody have a great night. Let's flip the table.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So much work to like set it up.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
most of the things that you play on Tabletop Simulator specifically, are games like Connect 4,
yeah, or
chess,
chess or
checkers, and stuff
Oh,
like that.
okay.
This thing here was actually built not by the people who made Tabletop Sim. This was built by a fan of the Final Fantasy XIV tabletop game.
Okay.
Oh,
So
really?
somebody who had way too much time on his hands, basically.
Wow.
Why do we have a counter happening near our names right now?
that is our
What?
ping to each other.
Oh yeah, that's just our connection to each other, showing that we're all connected.
Oh,
If that number
okay.
goes red, that means that person's internet's probably not doing really great at that moment, and they may drop. So
Okay, got it.
Mhm.
okay, I guess we should talk about how to do combat. Oh no, we're gonna do the different. We're gonna do the check thing. So yeah, card flying
Excuse me.
towards you, and I need each one of you to make a dexterity check.
Okay.
So do that for me and tell me your results.
This is the D20.
Correct.
I had a nat 20 earlier. Could I use that?
Sure. Well, I'm less worried about you.
Oh
Whenever you have a chance, I would love to know like
shoot.
the things that you've loved about tabletop role playing games in your experience.
Yeah.
too.
I'm more than happy to talk about that.
Yeah. But
Now,
yeah.
the number that you guys have here is going up against a secret challenge rating. It's a number that I know and you guys don't. Most of the time I'll tell you like, hey, the card's gonna flip over, or the card's about to smack into you and flip over on top of you. I need you to make a dexterity check with a challenge rating of 12, for instance. And if you can roll a 13, like our Arcana did, then you'll pass. As long as you meet or beat that number, you've passed the check. And in this case, the cart wouldn't flip on top of you. You dodged out of the way.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay.
Um, Now we'll talk about critical failures and critical successes. Whenever you roll that 20-sided die, which is for most things, the 6-sided dice are only really used for damage in this game. Seeing if you hit a bad guy or make a check is all done with the 20-sided die. If you roll a 1 or a 20, those are called a critical fail and a critical success. And yeah, Mark Green just farted. Critical 1 is a fail, critical 20 is a success. A critical 1 means, or critical failure means you screwed up by 10 levels of screw up.
Even in this game, you
Critical
can't
success.
escape.
If you rolled a 20, a natural 20 is what we call it. It's a critical success, and that means, regardless of what the challenge rating is, if the challenge rating was 150,294, if you roll a natural 20, you beat it.
Makes sense.
So it doesn't matter if your modifiers couldn't have made it yet. Either way, like if you have a +4 to your dexterity and you rolled a 20, it's a 24, but a natural 20 is better than a 24.
Mhm.
Okay.
Got it? Got it? Good. Okay. Let's go over your cute little stat block sheets so we can get those. I have one here for 10 and 2 already built because I couldn't resist. Okay, so we'll go start from top right or top left to bottom right. STR is strength. Duh, that's how strong you are. Dex is dexterity, which is how quick you are physically. Vit or VIT is vitality. That's how sturdy you are, how much of a punishment you can take physically. Int is intelligence. That's how street smart you are. No, that's how book smart you are. Mind, I'm sorry, that's D&D. Intelligence is how street smart you are. Like, knowing the difference between my left and my right makes me more intelligent. in my mind, or NND, is how book smart or magic smart you are in this case. That's the difference between knowing how to comprehend a Mark Twain book versus Dr. Seuss. I don't know, what's the say level on there twice when it's on the other sheet? That way you could put on there is 30, I guess. That's what that's for. Defense is any sort of additional physical defense that you might have from armor that you'll get or what have you. There would be things like when Gary and Daru will cast a Rampart, they're gonna get a bonus to their defense for the rest of their turn, for instance. Magical defense. If you get a shield on you, not like a metal shield, but like a magical shield, will increase your magical defense. Vigilance is not a whole lot different than vitality, but does play a part later on. And speed is how many squares on that board that you see in the middle of the table that your character can move in one turn.
What?
think,
Dar, you go 32?
well,
Heck.
I think because each square usually counts as 5, at least in D&D rules.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I could move one spot, guys.
Where did you get 32?
A
It was
struggle bus over here.
on the sheet.
Oh, yeah, it is there, yeah. Wait, that's
Wait,
your
really?
max HP, you doofus. Your speed is 5.
Where?
Look again, you
Oh,
nerd.
did she read it wrong?
Okay. I read it
My
wrong.
max speed is 32. Look at me move. What you?
Okay. Let's
I read
see.
it wrong too because level is
Freaking
put on this
Lalafell over
Yeah,
here.
because
Gotta go
level was at
fast.
the top.
Yeah. Okay.
8-bit thinks he's Sonic the Hedgehog just because he's blue.
I gotta go fast. Come on.
Can Lalafells move as much as
No.
Tires and?
Oh
and
yeah, no, they can. All the player characters have a movement speed of 5. So
Okay, got it.
there is. I want to say there's a sprint option, but that's not covered in the rules that I have here. And that goes into play when we're doing combat. So I guess we'll lead into that now because there's not a whole lot. Like, do you guys have anything about questions about the checks and what the stats mean or anything like that? The bottom number is HP is your hit points, MP is your magic points. HP is how much damage you can take. MP is your resource to cast spells. HP does not regenerate naturally. You have to be healed from it or use a potion or what have you. MP, on the other hand, does regenerate naturally, just like it does in the game. In combat, there are 2 phases. There is the adventurer phase. Hang on, my friggin' neighbors.
What if I don't want to hang on to your friggin' neighbors?
I'm assuming
Swear to
with
God, man. They've been.
Everything makes sense though for Heather and Arcana.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
Any
for it.
questions so far?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Cool.
your MP does regenerate. So it's one of those use it or lose it type of things. You have 5 points. There's 2 phases in combat. There's the adventurer phase and then the enemy phase. That's always
Okay.
how it works for my 2 seasoned players. In normal Dungeons and Dragons, at the beginning of combat, you would do something called rolling for initiative, where everybody would roll a 20-sided die to see who goes in what order. This game does not work that way. The adventurers always go first unless they are caught by surprise.
Oh, that's nice.
And
you
you also get to pick in what order you guys go. So if you wanted the tank to go first, then the 2 DPS, then the healer, that's on you guys. If you want the healer to go first, then the 2 DPS, then the tank, that's fine too.
So we go.
You
as
guys
like a
get to pick
team?
your order.
Oh,
We go
okay.
as a team first.
Yep.
Okay.
And then after you guys have all gone, at the end of your adventure step, you regain 2 MP. So
Okay.
again, like you've got 5. So if you are holding on to it for some reason, you're gonna get it back. But you can only get 2 MP at a time. So like if you have 5 now, you spent 3 on a spell. And then you spend 2 more on another spell, so you're at 0. But at the end of your adventure step, you get 2 back. You only have 2 to start your next turn with.
Got it.
So, and then the enemies do their whole turn, and that's a whole thing. There actually is threat in this game, which makes me really happy. There is enmity. As you see, 8-bit, you've got those red little tokens there for you.
Mhm.
Whenever I kind of a spoiler here, but we'll pull this out. Whenever there's a bad guy on the field,
Oh boy.
and you have an ability that puts enmity on them, you will take out one of these red poker chips. Oops. There we go. And just set it next to him.
Oh,
That
okay.
shows me that that shows everybody that he's got
Aggro.
enmity on him. He's got aggro.
Okay.
What this means is he doesn't have to attack 8-bit. But if he chooses to attack anyone else but 8-bit, he gets a -5 to his attack roll.
Oh, that's interesting.
So yeah,
So he
it,
can
it more or
choose
less
to attack.
incentivizes me to attack you. Is what it's
Mhm.
doing.
That's handy, yeah.
That's
Always wanted
interesting.
something like that for D&D. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
very
D&D,
unique.
Well, now
you
you can
have
take
tanks.
this actual rule and implement it somehow.
I think I will, yeah, because that's like, yeah.
Yeah,
I
because I
locked
was
your
really,
enmity bag, by the way, so you can don't have to worry about accidentally picking up the whole bag.
nice. Yeah, I was interested to see how they were going to implement like aggro, especially when it seems like they want that standard one tank, one healer, 2 DPS
Well, and again,
party.
it doesn't have to be that way. This is
Right.
absolutely the best part of the Final Fantasy XIV tabletop game. If you wanted to, you could play this exact scenario that we're gonna play with 4 healers, or 4 tanks, or 4 DPS, or 1 healer and 3 DPS. It's not advisable, but you can do it that way because tanks have a way to mitigate damage. Healers have a way to heal damage. Yes, DPS do a crap ton of damage, but they can also probably get 1, maybe 2 shot by a bad guy in this game.
Mm.
Also, you don't need 4 people to play. If one of you couldn't show up, one of you can be replaced by a chocobo.
I love this mechanic too.
Like, you could have, like, if Heather couldn't make it for whatever reason, we could have a healing chocobo that one of you guys take control of and play as a tank and DPS or a
That's a
healer.
great. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
I have received confirmation. I did see it on I think it was on their Twitter for the company that makes this game. They are going to be making full party scenarios.
Oh.
So
Mm.
8-man
Wow.
scenarios.
I was wondering if that was going to come too. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
they
really
are going to
cool.
make it. It's just the first thing that's on the plate for them is getting Stormblood's expansion book finished.
Mm.
Oh, wait, so they're already
And
done with
then
Heavenward?
this includes all of Heavenswood.
Oh,
You can
Oh.
play an Astrologian, a Machinist, and a Dark Knight in this
oh
game.
wow, that's so cool.
And then, yeah, after that, they're going to do a couple of adventure modules and then continue. I think they said all of the rest of the jobs are going to be released as bonus content that they'll just release on the website for free.
Hmm.
But yeah, there will be more books, including. It was funny. They're playing with the name of it right now. And they wanted to pay homage to the Encyclopedia Eorzea. And
Hmm.
for the Monsters Guide. So it's going to be a whole book just with the stats for the monsters in this game.
Mm.
And I'm
good.
super excited because let's talk about how much of a resounding success this first run of this game has gone. This book, the physical book for the core rules, is sold out
Oh
worldwide.
wow. Oh
Yep.
wow.
It's amazing.
The starter kit has been sold out not once but twice.
Mm-hmm. They even did a second
So-
run to
People are very excited about this. You know, I'm really excited to like so with other tabletop role playing games, they have like these campaign books where it kind
Yep.
of gives you the information about the world. So an example would be like the Dragonlance setting for something like D&D. What's really cool about Final Fantasy XIV is obviously we already have the Encyclopedia Eorzea's, so I feel like that kind of just supplements everything
Mm.
that's being done here.
There is
Um,
that. However, they do include everything from ARR to Heavensward in the core rulebook as well.
oh wow,
Like,
okay.
there's so much knowledge. I can't wait for the guy who made this table to put the core rulebook on this
Mm.
table so that I can play with. Granted, I could go over to my bookshelf right now and grab it, but I'm lazy. Let's be honest. I'm not gonna do it. But yeah. If I wanted to, I could do it. Yeah, it's really neat. The book is laid out really well, and I
Mhm.
have little to want for anything for at least a good 6 to 8 months of play.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Do you
Awesome.
prefer tend to read through your material digitally as opposed to,
I
you know?
hate reading digitally. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, I hate reading things
Okay.
digitally. I do
Oh,
own all of the 3 core books for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, both digitally and physically. But
mhm.
that's because I do a lot of D&D digitally as well. So it's just easier for me to be able to access that information that's actually printed by Wizards of the Coast
Mhm.
in a digital format that's easy to use. For some
Gotcha.
reason, the publisher of the game and Square Enix have decided not to do PDF versions of these books,
Oh.
which is kind of saddening,
Yeah,
but
I really would want that. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's whatever. I
That's
also
weird.
know it's Square Enix, so there's a really good chance that the $70 core rule book that's physical would still cost $70 as digital.
Mhm.
True.
And
Yeah.
that's just like a kick in the teeth as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Square Enix shop, and they've got the Final Fantasy XIV tabletop role-playing game rule books for free available for download.
I
Yeah,
think
these are the ones that
it's
you have sitting in front of you right now.
the starter guide player book thing. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
But there's a portion of the Game Master's book that you guys do not that is not on that website.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's locked. It's,
Which is it's
it's,
crazy that they wouldn't do PDFs at least for the books, just because there's so many
Yeah.
people that want the game, and
yeah,
if you can't buy
this
it
is the
physical,
actual core rule book that I have sitting over here, and only half of this is currently available for free on the official website.
Mm.
The core rule book, the one that's like 275 pages and cost me almost $100 to have shipped from Japan, um, is not going to be available in a PDF format.
yeah, that's just insane to me.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so we've got no questions about how your stats work.
Not
Okay,
yet.
cool. I'll take that as a no rather. Let's pull
I
out.
think we'll have questions when we come up on stuff, but until then,
Yeah,
it's
like
all
as
Yeah,
we go.
theoretical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
by 1, 2, by 2. 2 by 2. What is that? Search. That's good. He's this guy out because he's not a spoiler.
So
Yeah, I
I
have a
actually have
whole thing full of tokens.
oh nice. I actually do have a question.
Yeah,
So for this scenario, it looks like it happens within a desert area. But there scenarios where
actually, it's in the
um
water, but yeah.
oh, in the water? Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you look at it, it's a pretty low resolution
Oh, I
image, but
see.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can
Oh,
see the
I see.
water ripples. It's in a cave entrance and
Oh,
in
okay.
an
Yeah, yeah. I
ocean.
see.
Yeah,
But are there scenarios where we don't have a grid or we don't have like, one of these
there
sort of
can be. We call that in the tabletop world, using theater of the mind. It's where we don't have miniatures or anything like that. We just kind of have to imagine it all happening before us. This game doesn't really play nicely with that though. You'll find a lot of the abilities that are going to get used are very specifically will say target within 5 squares or something like that instead of, being like 30 feet. It says it'll say 6 squares, for instance.
Okay.
Also, there are caudal attacks and other things like that. It's just easier to visualize when you don't have to visualize, if that makes sense.
So for the most part, we'll be working with like a grid like this, or like a map of some
Exactly.
sort.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much everything that I have has a gridded 1-inch square map. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we'll start here. Every one of the encounters will start where I will tell you a starting position, more or less. So let's see, where are those? That's the face. Where'd it go? There we are. Pull this up. So I will pull this out and I will set it down somewhere on the map, like, for instance, there. That'll be your starting position. You guys can put your token anywhere you want within these orange squares. So let's go ahead and have you guys do that now.
Yep.
Okay, and now they're fighting over the same square. I'm like, no, bitch, that's mine.
Accidentally moved that.
Okay,
Oh,
so
it's
we're
so
just gonna
cool
do
how
a
you guys have your
simple.
characters on it.
Yeah, you'll have that too. Like I said, once the servers come up, we'll get you in the green room and
Okay,
I'll get you set up with something like that too. Right now, you're just generic monk, generic sin.
I got you. That looks so
No,
cool.
you're still surreal, but yeah, it's
Yeah, I actually am probably gonna use Cirilla because I do want to see her on the board. That's so cool.
it is kind of neat,
Mm.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's super cool.
So, like I said, order is determined by you guys. So, I will ask you guys, who's going in what order?
Are we doing like a tutorial right now, or is
This
this
will
like
essentially be a combat tutorial. Yes.
okay? So this isn't gonna count, right?
No,
I guess.
not at all.
Okay. Okay, got it.
It's on
If
the
we die, it's
quiz.
fine. If we wipe,
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
not lore, dude. This is.
This
So-
will be on the quiz. Explain the test.
Well, there's actually more truth to that than you know, because like when we do this on Saturday, you might want to know some of this stuff to kind of like keep the pace up and keep
Sure,
things
yeah.
going. Yeah.
yeah, this is gonna go on YouTube. You don't want to die on stream.
Wouldn't be the
Side
first
note
time.
about that.
Wouldn't be the last.
Yeah, true.
I've been a dungeon master now for 30 years, almost 30 years. It'll be 30 years in a couple of
Wow.
months.
That's so
That's
cool.
amazing.
And I have always lived by the adage of a dungeon master's job is not to kill their party members. A dungeon master's job is to bring them so close to death that they have a hard time sleeping for a few days.
That's great. Question though, what if one of us was K or Jiro? Would that break?
In that case,
I've been a storyteller for 30 years, which means I don't show bias unless it's Kayan.
Okay.
If Kayan's in, all bets are off. It's gonna be a level 30 character soloing a level 60 boss.
Awesome.
And I do have those, yes.
Okay.
Okay. So what order are you guys gonna go in?
Okay.
Suppose I should go in
This
first.
is for you guys to hear.
I agree with 8-bit. I think since he's tank,
yeah.
seems appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay. After Darian?
Maybe I
I
can go.
can go, or
Yeah, or
Cirilla
I
can
can.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
say
think either one of
DPS.
us. Yeah, we can maybe
I mean,
like move along him alongside him.
since this is the first round, like maybe you guys just go, and then I can pick up if you got hurt or something.
Oh yeah.
I can go last
Okay.
since it's the first round.
Okay. So
Do they
then,
call
like I
them
said,
rounds then?
Yeah,
for
they're rounds,
turns?
stages, phases. Yes, there are multi-phase fights, by the way, which is
Oh,
going to be
interesting.
fun.
Mhm.
We're actually going to do one here shortly. After we could do we're just going to do one round of combat so that you guys can see how combat actually goes, and then we'll actually get into the fate.
Okay.
And how
So
many,
we'll
like,
start off. Sorry, go ahead.
well, I was just gonna say, like, how many actions do we get in a round?
We'll start off with that here in just a second. We're going to start off with Darian. So Darian, on your turn, you have 3 things you can do. You can move, use 1 primary action, and 1 secondary action. However, and this is a big however, you can, instead of move, use focus. What this means is instead of moving your 5 squares, you can choose to stay where you are, and then you get to use 2 secondary actions and 1 primary action.
Okay. Okay.
So that's really more helpful for the casters and ranged DPS than it is for you. But I mean, if you're up there and the boss hasn't moved, you can choose to focus and not move.
Excellent.
So yeah, in this first round, you're probably gonna want to move.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm gonna.
You'll
do
notice,
that.
however, you do have one pretty fun. Well, wait, that's warrior. Never mind. I keep forgetting you're not playing warrior. Warrior has their tomahawk ability
Mm,
that you can engage at a distance.
yeah,
It's
this
fun.
one I think is unmanned for Dark Knight, which is what I was just about to do.
But I mean, heck, you're only 4 squares away, so it might be beneficial to run up to the worker drake and you use your melee combo or your Dark Knight combo.
Yeah. So does
Question.
that
Now,
count as 2, or is that like one of them is
that
a?
is actually one. Combo actions, and anything that says combo on it means you immediately get to follow up that ability with the ability that it links to. So in this case, for the Dark Knight combo, you would get to use Hard Slash and then Soul Eater.
Okay.
Hmm. Quick question, Tin.
Yep.
The Tabletop Simulator has a music component or function.
It does. I'm going to be
Um,
working on getting us a playlist.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna
Nice.
ask, like, during combat, do you like to ever play the combat music? But
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I'll have a whole playlist. Trust me, it's going to be stupid. And we're just going to giggle.
Trust me, it's
Yay.
gonna be stupid.
It's going to be good stupid, but no, it's going to be stupid.
hell yeah.
We're going to have a good time. Like you're gonna when you'll know combat's about to start when the battle music just magically starts playing out of nowhere, and you'll be like, "Here we go, guys!"
That's fun.
So yeah, first we'll do show us how it's done. You've got more of an idea of how this works.
Yeah.
So yeah, for his hard slash attack, it says he has to do a strength check, which is a d20 plus 4 against the challenge rating is the target's defense. So I will tell you the target's defense is
Oh, that's a perfect time to roll.
13
That one.
or 14. I'm sorry, it's a 14. Saying you rolled a nat 1.
Yeah.
So that's a critical failure.
Huh?
Critical failure, and that means this is. Now here's the thing. It's not a hit. So I'm sorry. That means you don't get your combo action.
Mm-hmm.
But
Can I still do my secondary
you
check?
do get the base effect. A direct hit. You'll notice on some of your abilities it says base effect and then direct hit under it.
Oh, okay.
Direct hit means if you beat the target's defense number for the challenge rating. So you always get the base effect even if you miss.
Oh, okay.
So in
sweet.
this case, hard slash will deal 2 damage to the enemy and inflict enmity on the target.
Lost you.
Oh, did Tin cut out?
Yeah,
Ted.
Tinny's
Or magic.
gone.
What'd I do? What'd I do?
Oh,
Am
you
I
were
back now?
cut
Just
out.
Am I
weird.
back?
Cut out. Yeah.
Okay. My bad. I blame okay for some reason.
I was showing your ping to me at being like 999.
Ooh.
Yeah,
wow.
This is
I've been meaning to reset my modem for a while now, so I'll have to do
And
that
just
later
want to
on
say
too.
real quick, this is super informative. I wish this was recorded because this is so cool.
I'm
Well, and
actually
a lot of this stuff is gonna get repeated at when we do stream on YouTube for the
Okay.
Saturday game, but it's gonna be like real quick. Okay, um, Dorian, sorry, what are you gonna do? He's gonna say I'm gonna use my Dark Knight combo, and Dorian's actually going to explain what he's doing as he's doing it, so
Okay.
that you'll see my Dark Knight combo says I have to roll my strength plus, which is d20 plus 4. I roll it. Oh no, I got a 1. But I still get my base effect, which means I get to do 2 damage to the bad guy and inflict enmity on them.
Okay.
So that's how to look basically in stream, ideally. That may not
Okay.
happen on the first session, because we're still going to be getting used to things. But as you guys
Sure,
get
yeah.
used to the rules of the game, it's just going to be snap, 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 snap.
Mhm.
Wow.
Is it 2 damage? I can't remember.
yeah, it's 2 damage.
Okay, gotcha.
And do I still get the
Yeah,
And
secondary
this is great.
ability?
you
Thank you
still
so much.
get your secondary ability if you want. Yep.
Cool.
Now you'll
Then-
notice some of your secondary abilities do have the tick marks next to them.
Yes.
You see how Rampart says limitation once per phase?
Mhm.
That's once per combat, basically, if it's not a 2-phase fight. So if you use it now, you can't use it again until the next phase.
Okay.
If this guy shifts into a phase 2.
Okay, cool. I think I'm going to go ahead and use the Flood of Darkness.
Okay.
We'll take 2 MP and deal an additional 2 damage. And also
Okay.
gets me in Dark Side. Which, since I didn't get a direct hit, I'm not going to use the Dark Side thing. I'll just let it roll off on the next turn. But I do
Oh
want to
yeah,
take that
that's your
too.
fun thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spend 2 MP to do an extra thing. Yep. See, in this case, he's got a thing where he can actually make rolls change their numbers for his dark side. It's very strange. I love it, but it's strange. Alright, so is that all you're gonna do?
Yep, for now. I think that's all I can.
Alright, next up is Cirilla. What are you doing?
Sure. Let me see. I think I'm going to let me see how much I can move.
Wait, I
5
have a
squares.
question.
Yeah,
Do
go
you
for it.
Yep.
like do you move first and then do a primary ability and then a secondary?
You don't have
Or
to. That is an amazing question, actually. Let's say you have a move of 5 squares. If you wanted to, you could move 3 squares, use a primary ability, move 2 squares, use a secondary ability. You
and
have
that's just like
5 squares
always an
total
option.
that you can move. That's always an option.
Okay.
Unless you use focus. If you use focus, you don't have any movement. You're foregoing your movement for a secondary attack.
Okay.
Oh,
Got it.
interesting. So there's some flexibility, like you can use X amount of movement action and then X amount of movement again until it's depleted. And
Yep.
then
You're not
the
stuck once
second-
it's not like chess. Once you take your hand off the piece, you're stuck there.
Oh, okay. All right. For Cirilla, looks like I have 26. So what is that? 5 squares I can move?
You do not have 26. 26
sweet.
is you did it too. 26 is your maximum hit points, not your speed.
Oh, whoops. Oh, I see. Oh, I made a mistake. Oh,
Your speed. You did
I
the
see.
same thing,
I
very
see. I
good.
see. Okay, so I have
Let's
5.
fix you.
So that's 5 squares that I can move, right? So 1,
Looks like
2,
it
It
was-
3,
is
4.
12.
Yeah, 14, 13, and 12.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's where you messed up. Okay, I got you. Levels of 14, 13, 12, 5, and then 26. There you go. Now you're fixed. Make sure you've got it. You guys have got it right too. 5. Current 21, that's fine too. Yeah, you can put it there.
Okay. So yeah, I will move to the left
Yep,
of
you're good.
Darian. Can I attack
Any adjacent square. So yeah, even if it's
Okay.
diagonal, you're still good.
cool.
Mm.
So I am going to let me see what I have available. Martial arts. Oh, monk combo. So primary ability.
Yep,
I guess boot shine.
this is fun. Their monk combo lets them perform any 3 primary attacks of their choice. Instead of
Okay.
just
Interesting.
1, they get to do 3.
Mm.
Interesting.
And they can only be physical abilities, though, because they do have some that are non-physical later on, but all of the ones that you have right now are all physical.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the classic boot shine.
So boot shine is your strength, which is a d20, plus your strength modifier, which is +4.
Okay. So I'm
So
gonna
you
roll.
go ahead and roll that.
Okay.
And your challenge rating is a 14.
Okay. Let me see what I got. I got an 8.
So 8 plus 4 is 12. So it's going to be a miss. But like I said, you get the base ability of Big Shine. So what is that?
You may perform up to. Oh no, I'm sorry. The base effect deal 2 damage to the target and grants raptor form. If this ability
Okay.
is used when while under the effect of Oppo form, oh, I guess it doesn't apply. So I guess I have raptor form now, and I
Yep.
deal
So
2
now
damage.
you can do it. Now the only thing you don't get, you see how it says direct hit deals an additional d6 or 1d6 damage. Since you
Oh,
didn't beat the challenge rating, you don't get that additional 1d6. That's all that means.
oh, interesting. That's
So now
cool.
you'll pick your second primary ability.
Oh, okay. Second primary ability, I will do True Strike. So is that
Okay.
the right? So under the effect of raptor form, which I have now, um, single range. Okay. Okay, I roll a d20 again, so I'll do
Yep.
that again.
One thing about these dice towers is it makes the suspense palpitating.
Right. I have a
So-
16 this time.
So it's a modified
Nice.
20 because it gets a +4.
Oh,
So it
nice.
means
Okay.
that means you get the direct hit bonus with it. So
Okay,
it's
cool.
what's
So
the
the
base
base,
effect plus the direct attack?
yeah, the base effect is 2 damage. So that I guess that means so far I have 4 base
Mhm.
damage. But I need to roll a 1d6 now.
Yep, that's the square Monopoly die.
Okay.
For the friends at home.
Mm-hmm. While that's rolling, and then I get into the quarrel form, and it enables bestial fury. I have a 5 for this one.
Got it?
Okay.
I am keeping track of all of this in my little darkness area.
Okay. Awesome. And then is that it? Like, or is there a last?
You still get one more primary ability.
Okay. Snap punch. Um, I roll a d20. Wow, monk is kind of OP. I get
Which you see what Summoner can do. Like, all of the DPS are pretty OP.
I rolled a 16.
So another modified 20.
Okay.
So you'll get your direct hit as well.
Okay, so it's +2 for base, and then let me roll a 1d6 for the direct hit.
You got stuck at the top there.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, wait. Let me oh, it has it's like physics to it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
The D6 just slowly goes down.
All right, 2
Another
for the
2.
direct
Okay.
hit, and I
And
think
then you
that's
can
it.
do one secondary action as well.
Oh, okay. I will do Steel Peak, which deals
Do you
4
have 3
damage
shot?
to the
Oh, that's
target.
right. You start the combat with 3 chakra, don't you?
Yeah, so it consumes 3 chakra, and it deals 4 damage to the target.
Yeah. Okay. So on here under monks, your little monk card off to the side.
Okay.
What you would do is under deep meditation, you see it's
Mhm.
got these 3 boxes.
Yep.
At the start of every combat, you want to make sure all 3 of those are ticked. And
Okay.
that'll just help you keep track of your chakras. Because you do have you have meditation as a secondary, like grants you one.
Mhm.
But since you're going to
So
use Steel Peak, then you'll just expend those and uncheck them.
okay, awesome.
And you also have,
And that
That's
does.
solid.
I think the combo that you got Raptor Fury and Curl Fury
Mhm.
as well that you can check in there.
Yep.
Bestial Fury.
Grant Curl form and Raptor form, yeah.
So I just check those, right?
You just check those up here in the little checkboxes.
Okay. Like that?
Well, it'd be this top for your martial forms.
Oh, I see. Okay. Let me get rid of those. I'll have to double check this later. That's
Yeah,
really
those
neat.
are the Bestial Furies, or Raptor Fury and Curios Fury are different things.
Oh,
So,
Okay. Okay.
okay. I should be all set.
you do have one Raptor Fury, which this is getting all sorts of fun. So you get to keep track of all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah, yeah, a lot to keep track of.
Okay.
How much damage did I do? I'm sorry if that.
Let me see. 4, 10,
It's quite a lot of
15.
numbers.
15 total damage in one turn.
Oh, nice.
Smack.
Okay, that's gonna
What-
go on to Arcana.
What's the total HP of this guy?
I won't tell you that. It's a
Oh,
secret.
okay.
I will
Oh.
tell you when he starts to get a little closer to death. I will say things like he looks like he's beaten up real badly. You're
Okay.
starting to notice blood coming out of his mouth or something like that. I'll give you context clues to show you that you're coming in for the kill.
Got it.
But I won't
Okay.
ever tell you an actual straight number.
Okay.
Oh,
Let's
that's super neat.
go.
I'm all set.
Okay, so Kyle, your turn. You're muted, by the way, dear.
Bleepity bleep bleep. Okay, so little
We're no
confused.
longer allowed to cuss. We all have to start saying bleep 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 for the narrator.
Hey, I'm keeping it PG, all right? So, what is the order of operation with traits?
Traits.
Um,
Hmm.
there is no real order of operation. It's more the order of which you do things. Your primary and secondary actions depend on what they have on there. Say for instance in Aether Dam at the very top of yours, at the last sentence it says, at the start of an encounter and each new phase, you gain 2 stacks of Aether Flow. So you'll start that with those 2 boxes already ticked. Every combat and every phase of every combat, you start with both of those boxes ticked. So
Okay.
if you have an ability that says that you need to spend 1 Aether Flow to use it, there you go. You've got that already marked down for you.
Okay. And then my Carby should be summoned just automatically, right?
Automatically, you start every combat with a Carby. And you see the other Carby in there that I made for you too? I made you 2 because I couldn't pick which one was cuter.
Carby. I've never even heard that. That's cute.
Oh, it looks like it says AoE when I mouse over it.
It might have been the way that I named it. It should be level number 8 and number 9. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I put them on the board or do I just leave them
Yeah.
be?
Pick the one that you want and put it on the board next to you wherever you want it.
Well, don't fall down, Carby. Jeez.
That one's name is now Carbut.
Oh.
Carbutt.
Oh.
Whoa.
Who's breaking shit? Who's peeing? Somebody's
It's
breaking
me.
shit over here. Somebody's breaking my board. I'll
It
break
me.
them. Gotta lock it.
It was here. I can't remember.
The yellow spot is now locked, so you can't break it anymore.
Good. Because otherwise I will.
Yeah. Same.
So Carby is out. I am not going to move because I don't need to.
Okay, so you're going to use focus, which gives you 2 secondary actions and 1 primary.
All right.
And you can use those in any order you wish. You don't have to do primary first, even though it says primary. You do not have to use your primary action first if you don't want to.
Woo. Cruise control for awesome. I just hit the wrong button. I've got
Where'd you
Aether
go?
Flow,
Oh, there you are.
Gemstone Arcanum. Trying to navigate this board is weird.
Now, remember in your job overview, it says that you want to get your gemstone arcanum up as soon as possible so that you can
Yep.
get your different colored carbuncles out.
So my first thing then would be to do an Aether charge, yeah?
Correct. And that gives you the gemstone arcanum. Let's go ahead and lock this down for you so that you don't have to worry about it.
So that's what I need to do first. That's where I'm going. Grants me Aether charge till the end of this turn and 1 Gemstone Arcanum.
So you'll check next to enhanced Aether charge. Unless you're planning on spending it right now to change your
There we go.
carbuncle.
I've got my pet, so I can just mark that guy off. Okay. So looking at the pets, we're gonna go for Ruby Carbuncle.
And do you remember how you do this?
No.
It's by using the instant. You see, you have an instant ability. That we kind of talked about this a little bit last night.
Oh yeah, the summon
The
gem.
instant summon gem ability, which means you can do it. Your pet technically attacks before you do.
Yep.
So your pet won't be able to attack yet because you've already attacked with Aether charge, essentially.
Yeah. But I
So
have
you'll want to
get it
use
out.
summon gem. Yep, you want to use summon gem at the beginning of the next turn. But since we're only doing a 1-phase fight, go ahead and do it through here.
Okay. So then I would use summon gem to make it be a Ruby Carbuncle. And let's see, do I have Ruby? Yes, I do. I can't move it, but I have it.
Yeah, what the heck? They're not coming out for me either.
Here, I'm gonna get out of there and you try it again.
Who's yellow?
Me. I'm out.
Get out of there, boy.
I'm spying.
Yeah, there was too many hands in the cookie jar is what it was.
That's kind of what I figured.
Now, if you'll notice, one side is the summon, the edgy, and the other side is the Ruby Carbuncle.
That
So-
is so cool.
You got those. And he will just take place of your carbuncle. So you just move your carby off to the side, and he'll just be right there with your carbuncles.
Boop.
So cool.
Drop it down.
Love these tokens.
Yes.
I know, these are really good. Tinny, you
It's
did a
so
great
cool.
job.
Yeah, great job.
Alright. So I've done Aether Charge. Let's do Gem Shine. I think that's right.
Okay. And how do you do that? You're gonna tick down 2 MP.
Oh, yep. And
then you'll do your check, which is your D20 plus your intelligence modifier, or your intelligence bonus. And the target number or challenge number is 14 again. Depth perception is a little weird here. You'll know it's up in the dice tower when it pops up.
Oh, I see it.
There we go.
Ba-da-ga-da-dong.
Did I roll in that one?
You did.
You rolled a 3.
Okay.
Oh, it looks like a one
So
from
a
here.
3 plus
Okay.
your bonus, which is 5. Yeah. So 3 plus 5 is 8. Unfortunately, it's not a direct hit, so you're going to get the base effect of Gem Shine, but not the direct hit effect.
Mm.
So the base
So-
effect is it does 4 damage.
Yep.
And since you focus, you still get 1 more secondary ability.
Quick question. The
And I'll let your carbuncle attack too.
yeah, because I was just looking at that with the gem shine. It says the
The ability has additional effects determined by your pet.
right. So since she has the ruby out, would that be the glittering ruby that's being done, or
Yes.
okay?
Okay, yeah.
So, but
So
that
yeah, and
would
it's an extra 3
be.
damage.
Would that be
But that's
this attack, or
that's
would
not
that
the
be
carbuncle. That's the
Carby's
end.
attack?
No, that's not the Carby's attack.
Oh, okay.
The Carby also gets what is it?
The
For
radiant
one
Oh no,
listener's not smooth brained.
no, Gem Shine, the ability has additional effects determined by your pet. So in this case, since it's the Ruby Carbuncle, while this pet is summoned, your gem abilities become fire aspected and deal an additional d6 damage.
Okay. I'm
You
seeing
see
that
that
now.
in the Ruby Carbuncle under it, and just above Glittering Ruby? That's the additional effect. So go ahead and roll this another 6-sided die and add that to your damage.
Where's my die?
It went to my tower.
And it's still rolling. We got it.
Yeah.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. There's 2.
2.
Give her die back.
Yeah,
Trying to
there you go.
steal people's die. And so you got your 2 secondaries, and we did the pet one. Because that was the 3 damage from Glittering Ruby. So Aether Charge. No, you only did Aether Charge, so you still have a
Yeah.
secondary ability you can
More
use.
secondary.
Yep. Can I use an instant, or does it have to be under the secondaries?
It has to be under the secondaries.
Bugger.
Fucker.
Because none of those are. Well, you know what? I'll use physic on the tank.
It hasn't
Why
been
not?
hit yet. That's adorable. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, if you got it, you might as well use it. So yeah.
Well, the only thing I've got as a secondary that's useful right now then would be
Heal.
Aether Charge. Heal isn't going to do anything because he's already right next to me.
Oh yeah, you could give yourself Aether Charge again, so you have it ready for next time around.
Yeah, let's do an Aether Charge then.
Okay. So yeah, that tick will stay there. You don't have to uncheck it. And then, are you all done?
All done.
All done. Now we go to Oliver.
Heather.
Hello. All right. You have to walk me through, girl.
Were you not paying attention to what everybody? I'm sorry. It's fine.
Well,
Okay. So first thing, you need to decide if you're going to stay where you are or you're going to move.
I think I can. I think all my things are
You're a
within
caster.
5
You don't need to
spaces.
move.
Yeah,
So, you're
so I don't have to
based.
move.
So you can use the focus action instead of move, which means you get 1 primary ability and 2 secondary abilities.
Okay. What it says here, presence of mind makes it so I can immediately use one of my magic abilities. I don't understand how that's not already happening.
So it basically, I guess it would allow you to use 2 primaries if you use that as a secondary.
Yeah, you can use it as if you use a secondary, you can use then you can do stone twice, for instance. It doesn't say it has to be a secondary magic ability. It's just a magic ability. So if you see by any of the abilities, it says like primary magic, earth aspect, and invoked next to
Yeah, yeah,
stone
yeah.
Q. You're
Yeah.
looking for that magic. If you see
Right.
that magic keyword, you can cast it with presence of mind. So in theory, what you could do is you could start with Stone 2, then cast Presence of Mind for your secondary ability, cast Stone 2 again, and
Mm.
then cast Arrow. Or what have you. You could do Stone
Right.
2, Presence of Mind,
So it was one
Medica.
primary. Was it one primary and what was it without presence of mind?
It'd
Without
just be
Presence
the
of
one
Mind, it would be
primary.
one primary and one secondary. I'm sorry,
Okay.
one primary, one and two secondary, because you're focusing.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. Okay. So here's what I want to do, and then you can tell me how I could do it. I want to do
Okay.
stone 2,
Okay.
arrow, and
Okay.
presence of mind, which I feel like would let me do one more thing.
Which will let you do, yeah.
I feel like I
That's
should
correct.
cast
Now,
that.
remember, Presence of Mind can only be used once per combat phase. So you won't get to use it again and for the rest of this fight, which doesn't matter because we're not going any further than the dragon fighting, so we're in it.
Okay, yeah,
I'm just
so I'll
saying for
just
future
sure.
reference, you would only get to use that once.
Mhm.
Okay, got it. Okay, yeah. So I'll so first action, stone 2.
Okay, so
How do
what
I
you're gonna
actually do
do is you're
that?
gonna take a 20-sided die
Okay,
and you're gonna roll it down your dice pad.
cool. Bam.
Heather, does Oliver say "bam" for her
Yes.
sound effects?
In
1000%.
my
Does.
head canon, she absolutely does.
I think that's a 6.
The
Like,
9?
I don't know if you've actually read the canon that we've written so far, but there's the interaction when
Oh, 9.
Tanel and Heather first and Oliver first meet
Mhm.
is Tanel and Oliver basically gossiping like two little schoolgirls, while Adam and Pogu are like face palming and shaking their heads at the entire situation. It's
Oh, that's awesome.
adorable.
That's so cool.
Okay, I got 9.
So you got a 9, and then you're gonna add your mind modifier, your MND modifier,
2,
which is on
9.
your little green shit. To your
Yeah,
9,
okay.
yes.
So
And if you
14.
meet or beat a 14, then it's a direct hit.
Okay, so it's a direct hit.
So now you'll do Stone 2. Your base effect is 2 damage automatically. And your direct hit is an additional 1d6 damage. So one of the square dice.
Oh,
So you
so
take
roll
one of your
that.
little square dice and roll that too.
Okay, Gadosh.
Not off the bat. I mean, you could take that if you wanted to, but it's only a 1.
Wait,
Don't
what?
do it.
Well,
It's
well,
a trap.
it fell off the back of the tower.
Yeah, it went off the back of the tower.
Oh, okay. Like that.
Yeah.
There
There
we
you
go.
go.
Nice.
Okay.
The suspense.
Suspenseful.
Frightening. I hope it'll last.
Good.
6.
6.
Hey,
Oh.
6.
Damn.
So you did a total of 7 damage with that stone.
Ooh.
Let's go, DPS. Sorry, I'm just kidding.
I think I just got told to get on her level.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is your primary action. Next, you're going to use your secondary, one of your secondary actions, because like I said, you use focus, so you get 2. So you're going to use aerial, right?
Yeah.
Oh, also, a stone costs you 1 MP. So you're going to have
Oh,
to
so
keep
I should
track of
change
that.
that.
Ooh.
I have to go 4. Okay, got it.
Correct. And then arrow's also going to cost you 1 MP.
Okay, so
Oh,
3.
And that puts a dot on the bad guy. So this is actually in your little gray bag over here. So if you right click on your gray bag
Got it.
and select search,
Yep.
you should
Oh, I got my
have
arrow.
the arrow ability. And you just drag that little token out and you'll set it right next to the dragon.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Like here.
Yep. And at the start of every one of the dragon's turns, I'm sorry, I think it's at the start of
How many turns does he want?
I knew it's at the start of every one of his turns. He takes 3
Right.
damage.
Okay, cool.
Is it 3 damage or 1 damage for 3 turns?
I'm sorry, it's 1 damage for 3 turns. That's right. My apologies.
Makes sense. That's neat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And now
then,
you have your second your second secondary ability.
yep. So I'm gonna check off presence of mind, right?
Correct. Good job. And now you're
Nice.
going to cast Stone One again. And Presence of Mind does not have a mana cost.
Okay.
Mm.
So then I could just roll again.
Mhm.
Is that what I do?
You'll still need to spend the 1 MP for Stone 2.
Oh, yep. Okay, so down to 2. Okay.
And then
And then
you'll roll again the 20-sided die plus your mind score.
choose what? Okay. Uh,
There's no way of knowing which way it will go.
Woo, 19.
19. Even
19.
without your modifiers, that's a hit, a direct hit. So you're going to do your direct damage of 2 plus an additional d6 again. Draw another square
Oh.
die.
Let me move this guy. I don't know if it like. Oh.
I mean,
does that
it
matter?
rolled.
Yeah, that's
As
fine.
long as it rolled, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you did a total of 6 more damage.
Nice.
Let's go.
And now that everybody has finished their turn, it's time for the dragon to do something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me see.
I look away. Feel like I'm looking where it shouldn't.
All right, buddy.
Oh,
You're up.
wow. Okay. Fair enough. Alright, so since the dragon has enmity from our tank, he's not going to be stupid and try to attack the monk who is standing right there. He's going to attack the tank because he doesn't want the -5 penalty. And he's going to do so using his bite attack. So, Bit, what is your defense?
Let's
Look at this
15.
now.
Okay. 18 plus 5, so that is going to be a direct hit. Well, this is going to be bad.
Oh,
I would apologize, but I don't.
who?
For you guys. Or am I lying? I'm just saying that to put you guys into a false sense of the world may never know.
do they have Phoenix Downs in this game as like a
Yes,
item?
they do. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're gonna take 14 points or 13 points of damage from his bite.
Oh,
All right. That is, what's that? 18?
They don't have this marker on it, I don't think. Let me look.
Math there.
Nope, they sure don't. That's really
19.
annoying.
That was off to 1.
So you're gonna have to just trust me because I'll have to make this. It's nice that I picked this monster specifically. His combo attack is called Burning Cyclone. Oh wait, is it?
are we in Costa
Yeah.
del Sol?
Yeah.
I just
Yep.
realized. Oh, this is so
Yeah.
cool. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so cool.
Okay. I have to figure something out. We'll do. That's 5. Let's see. That's 5. Well, shit.
You looking for the AoE markers?
For a specific one, yeah. Unfortunately.
I might have them, but I don't know if I have them on.
I have
Oh.
them too. I just have to get them scanned.
I'm sorry.
So,
Oh, my bad.
too many hands in the
I'll
controller.
I'll let you do it.
It's fine. I'm stealing. Okay. So basically, what happens here is if you guys would start your turn on a square that is highlighted in this orange orange square, you would take some of the cyclone damage that he would do.
Oh, I
So
see it. Okay.
yeah, it's like it's the target circles that we get in the game that get out of the
Sure.
fire circles.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's absolutely represented in the game too.
Okay.
And that's the end of his first turn. So now at this point, everybody would regenerate 2 mana points.
Okay.
Okay. That's good for
And
me.
So does
you would
Oliver
start all over again.
go back to like full mana? then?
4.
Do they? Yeah, they got a
4?
4.
Okay.
I was
Because
at
they
2,
used,
so.
yeah.
Got it.
So if this is kind of like an AoE circle, does that give us a chance on our turn to go ahead and move out
To
of
move
this?
out of it, 100% it does, yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
I see. Okay. That's cool. I see it. I get it.
And that's 1 round of combat. That's how she's doing.
Wait, so did it do damage?
It did to Darian, yeah. It hit him for, what did I say?
14.
Oh, I
Yeah, it was
see.
13
Oh,
points.
wow.
It did 13 damage, yeah. 13 points of damage.
That's
So
awesome.
I got you, man.
So do you guys
So-
want to do the fate, or is it late? What do you guys want to do?
Well, how long do you think the fate would take?
The fate would take if we can go through quickly enough through it with the combat steps, because it's just 1 combat with 2 phases. Is all it is.
Mhm.
And if we're good with the rules and how they work and everything, I'm thinking maybe 45 minutes to an hour at most.
Hmm.
Well, you guys are.
What time
I
is
think you're
it?
all in later time than I am.
It's
Yeah.
only 10 o'clock for me. I'm only getting started.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good, but I don't want to keep others. Like if you guys had other things
Do you,
planned.
do you see what just happened? You remember how we said that we were only going to role play for 2 hours and that was going to be it? It's gonna be We've
Uh-huh.
already broken it. We're not even at session 1 yet.
That's true. very
Okay,
Oh.
so let's get on this
I will
fate.
be. I
Yeah,
will
so
be the
up
party
to you guys.
pooper.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
no worries.
I have to
Okay.
move
So do you
out
have any
and head
questions?
out.
Do you have any questions about what you guys have seen so far?
I
The
do
best
have
part
some.
is I can absolutely put this fate into session 1 if I want to. Also, it can be used again. It's
Yeah,
not
let's
like,
do it.
know.
Mhm. Yeah, let's totally do that. I have some questions.
Yeah.
So question 1, do the adventures that take place here, are they canon for the RP lore
Yes.
of our characters? Is that the idea?
100%. That's the idea. I don't want to say. I guess I shouldn't put a hard yes and full stop at them. At the end
Okay.
of that, that's up to you. But as far as what Heather and I have kind of discussed, is that we would like it to be me
Makes sense.
Tanail as the storyteller and the lore keeper, talking about the stories of the Kraken's Call's past
Mhm.
before Tanail got on the ship with you guys. All the stories that she heard about the first time Oliver went out with her crew and did this adventure thing for session 1, basically.
Okay. That's super cool.
So yeah, it will. If you guys are okay with it, then yeah, 100% will be official canonized Kraken's Call.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I remember the Heavens on High dungeon that you guys did with Adam and Jiro, and I
Yep.
love that snippet where it's like you had the lore context of what was happening in the picture, and then you just had the picture, and like my historian brain is like, oh, it'd be cool if we can somehow
Hold it
capture,
in.
yeah, like whatever adventure we have during these adventures where we're like, yeah, we want to make this RP canon lore. like to
Yeah.
somehow get a picture and then write out like
No
a
credit
synopsis
being
of what the
taken.
character was. Yeah.
100% was Heather's idea, but not mine. Like Heather was like, "Oh, wouldn't it be cool if we did this?" I was like, "That's a brilliant idea. Let's totally do that."
Yeah. Because like I think like Heather said, like the RP aspect is really appealing and just super, super cool. Because otherwise it's like how do people playing this game build out their character's unique story unless they're in a specific RP environment? So
Right.
that's really neat. So second question, um, thinking of motivations for characters in the game, for 10, do you think you'd allow for a sort of system open-ended, um, or yeah, like this sort of like campaign open-ended enough to create our own pirate ship in the game, maybe? Like we can create some house rules to facilitate this venture. Maybe our characters initially go on an adventure to save Gil for a ship down payment. Food for thought.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
could
know.
do that. That wouldn't be very hard for me at all. I believe it or not, I actually have grid maps of a pirate ship already.
Okay.
My kids' Dungeons and Dragons game that we played this past
Mhm.
weekend, they have their own ship as a home base. And so
Oh,
yeah, we'll
Nice.
I can just recycle that.
so do you ever
That's
do like
cool.
homebrew stuff? Like you allow for people to create their own rules? Um,
It depends on the rules. It's one of those things, bring it up to me, and if I like it, I might incorporate it. But one of the things with homebrew is what you might consider to be fun and balanced might not be balanced. It might be fun, but it might not be balanced. And
gotcha.
when it comes to like bringing a homebrew rule first, and yeah, like if you see something that you think would be fun, talk to me about it. I'm more than open to suggestions and
Mhm.
modifying this game ever so slightly as
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah, I would love to have a pirate ship. That'd be
He
super
said,
cool.
"That's the hell I want a pirate ship." Well, it ain't gonna be cheap because according to the lore, you're gonna wreck it. Well, now the first Kraken's call was destroyed. The second one is the one that you guys found, that Tinny found you guys on. So
Oh yeah. Hopefully none of us are in debt for that ship.
that's the plan.
Okay.
So is it gonna save? Like, do you save this whole thing, like the board layout and everything?
Yep.
The table.
Everything
Okay.
will stay exactly as it is wherever you guys put things.
Okay. Cool.
Like if you don't want the overview pages out anymore because you've pretty much got it, you can stick those back in your class bags that you have in your little drawers just to kind of like free up space, or you can move things around if you want. I can unlock everything so you can organize things how you want them moved.
Ooh.
It's easier to open up the bag and do this with the
Yeah.
search
Oh,
function.
there
Yeah.
it goes. I did that
Yeah,
earlier.
I really like this tabletop simulator.
I do
It
too.
is
Yeah, it's like
easily
way
one of my
cool.
favorite programs that I've found in the last like 10 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, Roll 20 is so great. I'm like, but is it? No.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, this is so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Do Heather and Arcana have like any first impressions of like just the game overall? Like it makes sense, right? Like
Oh
how
yeah.
how the combat works, and yeah, I guess just like how the story would unravel, like as sessions go on. Like yeah, that makes sense.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Now, a couple of other things. I'm sure I mentioned it at least to some of you. The story, the timeline of the game. This does happen during the timeline of A Realm Reborn. The session one will be taking place shortly before the Warrior of Light fights Ifrit for the first time.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So around level 20 for those of you who remember playing way back then. Unless you actually played on like Kraken, and by the time you got to Ifrit, you were
You
level
are at like
100
60.
already.
Yeah.
So I guess something we can figure out for next session is like where we are, who we are, why
That's the
we're.
big thing. Like, um, why are you guys what brought you guys to the crew?
Mhm.
Got
That's
it.
going to be the
Okay.
big thing. Because, like,
Yeah, we can figure
Heather
that out.
has pretty much got her reason laid out of how she got the ship. We've covered that. We haven't covered out how she wrecked the ship to make the free company house yet. We'll get there. I have a couple ideas. But if you want to leave the whole option of where you got the second ship from, so that could be a plot point in the story in that tabletop game.
Mm.
You've wrecked your ship and now you need a new one, and so you're gonna have to buy one. And some Lalafell walks up to you named Jiro and says, "I'll sell you this ship for getting this red-haired girl off of my back for killing plants."
Hey, Tinny,
But yeah, something like that. What's up?
I got a question for you.
I got an answer.
How come I can't roll like this when it matters?
Welcome to tabletop role playing, my dear.
Yep.
That's the same question we ask ourselves even in real life.
There's the whenever you start rolling your dice, just randomly rolling your dice, and you start rolling 20s and stuff, it's like you're wasting them for when you actually need to roll them. So
Yep,
I see
there's
that. I can see
like
that.
a lot of us consider it bad luck just to randomly roll your dice
mm-hmm.
Right.
because you're wasting the good rolls in that dice. Like I
Roll
actually have a little 3D printed throne and a timeout chair for dice that are not rolling good.
Mm.
That's adorable.
I don't have the 3D printed, but I do have a timeout spot for my dice.
Mhm.
Yeah. So for next session,
Mhm.
I guess we could just talk like in our chat to figure out the backstory, and then it would just
Oh, yeah.
be like this, right? Like we would just pick up from right here.
Yep, the next session will start off at the quicksand. So it's gonna be one of those things where you'll be. All I need to know is how you guys know each other, whether that be you're part of the crew, or if, like, for instance, Sorella, you were saying like you might want to be a teacher, or Iscardians for the not Iscardian, Charlie in schools.
Mhm.
And you're like a passenger on the ship.
Mhm.
That could be a thing too. Or just how you guys came together to be on the ship and together in this one spot. That's really all that needs to happen as far as that is concerned. Everything prior to that can be filled in with more backstory. Um, and anything that you want to have filled in the game.
Yeah.
Let it play out on the table.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Not to keep you too like anybody too long, but going back to the
You're not
question
going to
of
keep me
like
too long. I could talk about this shit for
yeah,
literal
like
days.
yeah, like well, I was gonna share the things that I'm really excited about is the RP aspect, and then having it like archived, like whether that's an Instagram post or a RP lore blog series that we do, just capturing all these really cool moments. That's the stuff I'm really excited about. But if anybody has anything to share of like the things they're excited about, I'd love to hear it. Like Tim, I would love to hear what you love about tabletop role playing games and maybe specifically FF14 being a tabletop
Yeah.
role playing game.
I've considered. I've looked into a few voice changers so that I can, like, when I'm playing
Oh, that's
that
neat.
what's it talking, like,
Oh,
when I'm playing like a guard, a male guard, I can change my voice to be more masculine or something like that. But none of them, they all make me sound weird. So I was like, let's not do that. So
I think I have my robot button. Let me see. Hello, hello. Does that sound weird?
no, it's not. You're not a robot. There are no robots in Final Fantasy.
There,
Okay.
there we go.
oh, there you
Use
go.
now.
Okay.
Please.
It's an interesting sound.
I think you broke Tinny.
It's funny because I like can't hear what it sounds like.
Optimus Prime gargling.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Diving on these? No, I'm sorry. Nope. I'm gonna stop. But yeah, I guess things I love about this is I've only played it. This will technically be the third time I've played the system.
Mhm.
But it automatically, like, the first time I was reading through the book, I was like, this is exactly like playing the MMO, but
Mm.
with your imagination in place. The
Mhm.
abilities of where they are at the levels they're supposed to be, they interact the way they're supposed to interact. And that was back when we just had warrior, white mage, dragoon, and black mage. So to see like the summoner work the way it does and the monk work the way it does, like it, it's it's incredible to see the level of detail and the love that they put into getting it right.
How
Mm.
cool.
So I'm excited to see Dancer and Viper and Pictomancer and all the rest of them and see what kind of craziness that these guys can pull off on
Oh
those.
my god, I know this is
Yeah, that'd be very neat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just seeing like doing the monk doing the combo like that, it's like that's just insane to me. Like just coming from D&D, that's just insane because it's usually
Yeah.
like you get one action and maybe a bonus action if you have something that's a bonus action, but if you don't, well then you're kind of screwed. You just get the one action.
Well, you can also see the level of difficulty involved too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
he just our monk just had all that damage, but I will tell you, um, you only got it to about 2/3 of its health.
Oh, wow.
So you probably could have
Oh.
taken care of it in your next turn, but you
Mm.
also saw how hard it hit the tank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting. Yeah.
That's sweet.
And
How
that's
fun. I'm
yeah,
excited
so
to do our fate.
Yes.
Yeah.
well the fate will be a part of session 0. Like
Oh, okay.
I'm actually like that's or session 0, not session 1 already has something in play. And the fate that we were gonna do today, I'm just gonna shove in the middle of the scenario that's already set up.
Okay,
Like
cool.
it's legitimately built for if you can use this as a way to kind of give people a taste of what combat is like, or you can stick it in the middle of the first adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Add like a second encounter if you want. Like it's as if you were playing the MMO with your party and you stumbled across the fate while you were out in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And then 10, let's get together sometime this week to figure out like you were saying something about camera angles or something.
Oh
Or when
yeah, because that's
streaming it.
it'll be nice for like
Oh,
when
for the
it's
stream.
time to do when it's not Heather's turn. There's shortcuts that you can assign to like Heather can
Oh,
place her camera over 8-bits section,
oh, that's
and
really cool.
just with a simple hotkey press, the camera snaps to that
Yeah.
seat.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
make
And
it just
same
really
way across,
stream.
or to be like a more top down, not top down, but a
Yeah.
front facing camera on the game board so that you can see the miniatures.
Yeah. And it could be a work in progress. We could figure out how to make it, as stream enjoyable as possible.
And that was
Um,
another reason why I was asking if Jiro and his slacking ass had tabletop sim, because I would absolutely be okay with inviting one more person in to be the camera person.
oh, that'd be
Oh, I see.
interesting.
Yeah. Just to be able
Well,
to kind of
I have
automatically flip.
I've been noticing that there is interest in the chat specific for this, where
Yeah,
other people
I'm
would
gonna end
want
up
to
having to run 2 tables, I'm sure.
yeah, like let us know, I guess, like if ever you need like additional help or something, because I can totally see this being just like Sprouts to Ultimate Legends, multiple groups wanting to partake in this, and we wouldn't want you to get overburdened with trying to run multiple,
I'm only running 4 games right now. It's not that big of a deal.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess yeah, okay.
It's
Yeah, that's
3, but it feels like 4 sometimes.
cool.
I got this my Dungeons and Dragons game with my kid,
Mhm.
and I also run a My Little Pony game online with my kid and their 2 half sisters.
Oh, that's so cool.
But it's adorable. My Little Pony is like, what do you get if you take D&D and then remove all the combat? Like imagine this game, but no combat. Everything is solved with the power of imagination.
Oh,
Cool.
wow.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
adorable, and it's 100% worth the buy, but I'm a sucker for cute. So,
Well, thanks for this, Tim. This is so fun.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
really excited. I'm looking forward
I'm
to it.
looking forward to Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun.
This
Yeah,
will be
me
And the
too.
awesome.
sooner we can start, the longer we can play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does 2 hour time slots work for everybody, or is it something we'll see as we go?
I would say, I mean, 2 hours is probably a decent like minimum start, but
Okay.
as we can see, like this kind of went, it could
Just
easily
starting.
spill over. So
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, and you also got to remember, with this thing, what time is it? It's 10:30, so we went for about 2 hours,
yeah,
and an hour and a half of that was me explaining
yeah,
how
Yeah.
tabletop sim
Right.
works and some basic rules. So once we actually get down to it, and we're like, "Hey guys, we're gonna just jump right into the story. Bam, go!" Like
Mhm.
we're gonna have 2 hours to get through 2 or 3 encounters plus all the role play that's gonna happen in between. So
Mhm.
excellent.
Okay.
we'll see. Like the first session we'll say 2 hours and see how much we can get done. If we need the hard stop at 2 hours, this game does very specifically point out that there is a quick save feature,
I love
which
that
is where we
idea.
just kind of like leave the table as it is and walk away.
Right.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Get some
I love
Yeah.
that idea.
It's adorable because it's actually called quick saving too. Like, let me see if I can find it.
This is so cool.
Uh, passage of
So all
time.
these this whole thing, like this book you're flipping through, is in the thing that you bought.
Yep,
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
I think it's
Yeah.
actually in y'all's book.
Yeah. Tin, from what you were explaining, somebody just took the pages and then scanned it to the computer.
They just photo scanned them. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've actually considered taking the digital ones that are available from Square Enix and importing them in so that they're a bit higher quality images. But
Mm.
these ones are good enough, to be completely honest.
Yeah, they're good.
Criticals in the way.
I really love the artwork for all of these books, whether the encyclopedia or
I know
art
it's
books.
so good.
It's so good. And then now the tabletop stuff. And I love the little icons, whether it's the monsters or the tokens for what is it where it's like they show the area of effect. Like those are so cool.
Mhm. I know that
Like
tabletop sim has a way to place something under a thing, but I think it only works for card decks. So they're just trying to do it with
Yeah, it is, unfortunately.
yeah, okay.
it still works for
Uh,
this.
Yeah, yeah.
We're
We'll just
gonna
have to
need
move a
though
token out of the way
we
and
need bigger maps though, guys. I feel like some of us are really mobile. Like the white mage can maybe leap with that.
oh,
I
it is
forget
in
what
the game. That's just
oh, is it not in this one? Oh, okay. But still,
yeah,
we'll
I
need
think
a
this
lot
was
of
probably
space.
done before that was added.
here it is.
Oh,
It's
nice.
really in depth.
Called
Yeah.
quick saving. As your group becomes invested in the events unfolding in your game, you may find certain parts of the scenario take longer than you anticipated. So yeah, saving the game is simple as marking down how far you got in the scenario and recording your statuses, including HP and MP, blah 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 blah. But in this case, I literally just saved the table,
Just
close
save
the
the table.
program, and reload the table right back where we were. Only thing we've got to do when we come back is do the whole color picking thing again.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything on that book about rescuing someone while midair? Just wondering.
Midair
Yeah,
jumping
some
off the edge
dialogue.
of the arena.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Zero, Jiro, K. Like, do you guys? Does this pique your interest at all?
Oh,
See
it's
you guys playing
interesting.
chat.
It's so
Yeah,
above
it looks
Kay's
really
head.
interesting.
You guys can
Kay
form
doesn't
like
understand
a
this even a
Lollapalooza.
little bit.
Also, Maker and Geek, good to see you. Hi.
Oh yeah. Hello. Yeah, like if you guys get Marky Mark, you guys have a whole Lalafell crew.
Oh yeah.
Marky would
cool.
definitely be chaos.
Yeah.
We'll have to make a standee out of the chaos
Yeah.
graphic
Funny.
just for him.
Oh, you can even flip the table.
Yes, you
Yeah.
can.
Oh, should we show
Neat.
that as
No,
a
I'm kidding.
last?
Don't do that.
Or is
Yeah.
that misstrategy?
Well, yeah, as long as she saves the table first.
Oh,
There's the heart of Sabik.
Oh wow. Look
Neat.
at that.
can you create your own maps, Tim, for this
Mhm.
if we wanted?
There's little solace. Yeah,
Yeah, you can.
I've got all sorts of things I can
Cool.
do.
Yeah, you can import in graphics and stuff onto
Oh, perfect.
boards
Yeah,
to be
then
able
we
to
don't
have
have to
them.
rely on what was provided in the starter set. This is so cool. I can't wait to pick out my monk outfit. I don't even have a monk outfit for Cirilla, but I'm
There
excited.
you go. But yeah, Arcana, or any of you guys, if you would like to be able to do a little bit more, now's the chance to go in and be like, I think White Mage is fun, but I would like to try
Sure, yeah.
Summoner, or not Summoner,
That's Religion.
Arcanist.
Yeah,
After
that's right.
Legend, there's also another one.
Scholar.
So you Scholar, there you go. Or if you don't want to be a Dark Knight, you want to go Warrior, now's the time to do it. Because again, once session 1 starts, you're locked
We're
into
locked
that
in,
job
yeah.
until your character dies, or you replace it with another character.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a
Because
sneaky
remember, you're not the Warrior of Light. You can't just change jobs down at will.
Yeah.
I might
Right.
switch to Dragoon then, if that's okay.
Yeah,
For
no problem.
session 1. Okay.
Yeah, I'll take another
Yeah.
look at the warrior, but yeah, I'm kind of liking. I liked both of them when I was looking at them, so take a look
Warrior
at
is
it.
a lot of fun. I did get to play Warrior when my first time I ever played, and I was like, this is just like Warrior, and I'm so happy.
Yep,
So-
I'm loving the enrage beast mode thing that it had on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm thinking I might do that one, but we'll see. And actually,
Yeah,
you were
just let
saying
me know,
this-
and I can get the table set up for you guys.
Mhm. Okay.
And you were saying this was roughly about where right before Ifrit fight, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm
That
not
would-
going to spoil anything, but let's just say you guys have a direct impact on that fight happening.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Ooh,
I'm
all right.
excited. This will be so cool.
Yeah. Looking forward to
Well,
this.
yeah, just let us know. We can talk in the DM 10. I'm sure we'll
Okay,
have to finalize stuff by Saturday, but
Yeah.
I'm excited. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, thank you, Tim.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Tin.
Thank you.
I will get on Spotify and make sure my playlist is ready. My Final Fantasy playlist is ready to fire.
Oh, oh yeah, you have it right there.
Woohoo!
That's awesome.
No, I'm not a writer.
All right, guys, I
Actually,
think I'm gonna dip.
Spotify
So
thing in
Okay.
here.
This is dumb. Okay. I would say I'll fix that. All right, cool.
All right.
Cool. All right. Well,
Combat
thank y'all.
music is just Eminem.
Yeah.
It's just lose yourself over and
Yeah.
over again.
Yes. Yeah.
oh my God.
Don't give
Do
me
I have
Donut
ideas.
bomb spaghetti.
Do I have
The
to do
thing-
anything with my side of the board, or
Nope.
you save
I
it?
mean, if you are staying where you are, then no, you just leave everything where you want it, and when you guys are done, I will save the table, and like I said, everything will be right back where you guys left it.
Sweet.
If you guys want to switch jobs, just let me know which job you want to switch to, and I'll get the boards out and set up basically that they are now.
Right. Quick question: you guys are ironing out still like the stream setup, so it'll be something where like on the YouTube it'll be like live, FF14 tabletop role playing game session 1, and then it'll be saved, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't ever really take down live stream replays.
Okay.
I don't think I ever have, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right,
Cool.
guys, I'm gonna dip, but thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Tin. This was awesome.
Of
Yeah.
course.
You have a good
Yeah.
night, guys.
Yep.
Y'all
Have a
take
Have a
good
good
night,
one.
guys.
We'll see y'all
Bye.
around.
See y'all
See you guys
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yep.
Bye.
Later. Here.